This video is made possible by Napleton's Schaumburg Buick and GMC. With over 90 years of experience, Napleton is ready to help you find the best Buick or GMC product to fit your lifestyle.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2023 Buick Envision Avenir. Up front is a 2.0 liter turbocharged inline 4 and down below is a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this Buick Envision for two reasons. First of all, I haven't done a Buick Envision yet. It's one of Buick's newer models, and I'm excited to share that with you. But the second reason is the fact that this marks the first vehicle I'm reviewing with Napleton Buick and GMC of Schaumburg. So they are absolutely awesome. I'm excited to start working with them, and I'm excited to bring you guys more GMC and Buick products. But before we get on to anything else, if you would like to submit your own vehicle to be reviewed by me, you can do so on my website, zachpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy form that takes less than a minute to fill out. I come out to you and I'll film your vehicle in a video just like this one. But let's get back to that 2.0 liter Ecotec Turbo under the hood. Well, it makes about 228 horsepower, which is definitely very solid for the category of vehicle that this is in. This size really reminds me of like the RAV4, the Mazda CX-5, Nissan Rogue, those types of vehicles. And this makes more power than most of them, which is really, really nice to see. Now, like I said, paired to it is a 9-speed automatic. I don't really have any major thoughts on that besides the fact that it is the status quo for Buick. They tend to lean towards using 9 speeds. Their other larger SUVs like the Enclave also use a 9-speed, so pretty standard there. Last but not least, this particular Envision is all-wheel drive, and that is an $1,800 option for the Envision. So you can get it on any trim level you want. It's just $1,800 extra, and I highly recommend that you do that. Why not enjoy not only the raised ground clearance over a sedan, but enjoy all-wheel drive as well. So how does it feel to actually drive the Envision? I really, really like this product. Steering is great, visibility is great, the seating position is great, the ride quality is really good, and overall, it's just a really good experience. When I think of how I would want a SUV to drive, this is about it. It's not incredibly sporty, you don't get a whole lot of road feel, but it's a Buick. You don't buy a Buick for road feel, you buy a Buick for comfort. And that's exactly what this car delivers. So with that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 2 physical gauges and a screen. Off to the left is my tachometer and fuel. Off to the right is my speedometer and coolant temperature. And then in the center, I do get a digital gauge that I can modify and change and look at other things. GM, no matter what their brand, they're really, really good at giving you lots of information in these gauges, and that's no different for the Buick Envision. On the steering wheel, on the left, I have my cruise control options, my heated steering wheel, pre-collision alert, and off to the right, I have my voice commands and selectors for that center gauge screen that we just talked about. I do like the overall look and feel of the steering wheel. I like the Buick badge right in the center. However, I know that Buick is updating their badge. I kind of wish that this did get that updated badge, but that's okay. Off to the left, I have a climate control vent, headlight switches, and my head-up display options. Moving on to the door, I have my lock and unlock, memory seat options, power mirrors, and power windows, as well as I get this nice wood accent on the door, and it actually has this carved ripple to it, which is a really, really nice touch. Most cars with wood in them, it's just flat piece of wood, which looks nice, but this is just that little extra flair that I've been begging Buick to do. Moving up into the center, up above, I do have a rear view camera. So GM has been doing this on their products recently. It really started with the C8 Corvette, but has trickled down to other products, and I'm really happy that it has. This rear view camera is absolutely awesome. It is on all the time, and you can switch it to a traditional mirror, but why would you? Why look through the car when you can just have a very clear sight right out the back. Then we do have the infotainment system. This feels fresh and new. The actual system itself is used in pretty much all other GM products from Cadillac, Chevy, Buick, GMC, the lot, but it does come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and just the design of it is very sleek and different. It's not your traditional just square looking bezel. It actually feels unique, and I like that about the Envision. Down below, we do have 2 climate control vents and the hazard switch, and then we have the climate controls. I like how concise and small these controls are. I do have heated and ventilated seats, dual zone, and of course auto and things like that. Then I do have an opening cubby. This shows me my USB-C and USB-A ports, a 12-volt outlet, and a wireless charger. So your charging needs are going to be met here in the Buick Envision. Then I have a couple of interesting buttons. Off to the far left is the automatic start-stop on and off switch, something that Volvo is no longer doing. So Buick still gives you that option to turn that feature off if you don't like it. Then I have hill descent control, lane keep assist, traction control off, parking assist, and parking sensors. Then we do have our shifter. This is a push button shifter, which is a throwback to the 1950s, arguably Buick's heyday, the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And I really like seeing that. It's very easy to use and very simple. Power parking brake down at the bottom, and then off to the right, we do have cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the Buick Envision, and unfortunately it fails. Most GM products don't pass unless it is like the bigger Escalades, Sierras, Silverados. So par for the course in the Envision. Then we have our mode button. So we have 4 different drive modes we can select. Tour is going to be comfort, all-wheel drive, sport, and off-road, which is really nice. Quick and easy button down in the center, no fluff about it. Then we do have a clamshell opening center console, nothing really to see in there. And then we have the seats. The seats are pretty comfortable. They are heated and ventilated, power and memory. Pretty much anything you would want from a modern seat, you get here in the Envision Avenir. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats. So let's go do a backseat review. All right, we're in the back of the 2023 Buick Envision Avenir, and a couple of things to note. First of all, this is my seating position, and my knees are not hitting the seat in front of me. My head's not hitting the ceiling. This, to me, is the perfect size of SUV. It's not huge. It doesn't have a 3rd row. I'm not trying to squeeze Jimmy and Susie in the back, but it's also not a compact SUV like the Chevy Trax or like the Buick Encore. So I like this size. This to me is the perfect size, and that's very true here in the Envision. This rippling wood effect carries on back here, really cool to see. And then down in the center I have heated seats, USB-A and USB-C, as well as a regular wall outlet. Really nice stuff to see, and I get a center console with 2 cup holders. So plenty of nice features in the back of the Envision. However, speaking of features, let's hop out. We'll take a quick look at the trunk and cargo space, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so we're on the back of the Buick Envision. Hit it twice, and we do have a power tailgate, which is really nice. Now, of course, we do have the floor mats for the first owner because this is a brand new car. I have to say, I actually really like this sort of design that they did on the rubberized mats. It's not just the standard bars and stripes, you know. I really like that. You guys know I always look for a 12-volt outlet. I'm not seeing that here in the back of the Envision, but that's okay, not the end of the world. And I can pull this up, and that is where our spare tire is held. I also get this nice privacy cover. Tons of extra space here in the Envision. Really like to see that. I would have liked a 12-volt outlet, but like I said, not the end of the world. And I really like this power tailgate. One push of the button, and it goes down nice and smooth like that. Not jarring at all. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I do think that the Envision is pretty handsome. I like this dark red, almost purple color that this car comes in. I think it's a fantastic color, and if there's one thing that GM has done absolutely brilliantly over the last 30 years, that has been paint colors. Has a great, nice metallic to it. I think it's interesting and different, and definitely doesn't come off cheap. However, with all of that stuff being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think finally driving a Buick Envision? Well, I have to say, I am a big fan of this car, and I was skeptical that I would be. This car feels fresh. It feels new. And not only is that helped out, by the name, not only Envision, which is looking towards the future, but this trim level, the Avenir, means in French, future. Rough translation, it means what is to come, but that roughly then translates to the future. So this car is looking forward. We get a glimpse of the future of Buick. This is the territory, this is the angle that they're going for here in 2023. Now, part of me misses the old 66 Buick Special that I drove, and the Buick Grand National that I drove, and all of the fantastic Buick sedans I've driven in my time here on YouTube. I do miss those vehicles. But if this is what Buick is going to produce, I think the future is decently bright. This car doesn't feel recycled. It doesn't feel like they stuck an improper name on an SUV and called it a day. There was thought and emotion put into this car when it rolled off the assembly line floor. And that's the Buick that I missed. And that's the Buick that I'm seeing here today. It's almost a revitalization of the brand. It's exciting. And I have a very close friend, Steven, who would not stop raving about the Buick Envision. And I kept saying, oh, you know, yeah, sure, whatever, paddling, fine. But now driving it, I see his point. I see what he means. This is the perfect size of SUV. Not too big, not too small. It has fantastic features. It feels fresh. It feels different. All of which I am very, very happy to see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Napleton Buick and GMC in Schaumburg. They've been awesome to work with. I'm excited to start this new relationship with them and hopefully bring you guys more Buick and GMC products. They are awesome. Their information is up on the screen as well as linked in the description below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.